So, there have been stories on here for Jimmy and Cindy, Sheen and Libby, and I thought, what about Carl? There's a certain someone he's had his spectacled eye on for quite a while, so then I thought, what if he got a chance at what he wanted? To a certain extent. Make that 19. Make that 19. 19. Make that 19. What is up, family? I am Casually on Fire. Welcome back to more fanfiction reading. I just want to start this off first by thanking you guys for being here. I don't want to be too, but for those who don't know, I've kind of transitioned over to twitch.tv/casuallyonfirelive, where I now am live streaming a majority of my YouTuber speedrun stuff, as well as playing some pretty dope multiplayer games with some pretty sick people. So if you like my content, feel free to stop by and see me live. Join the audience. Also, I want to thank you guys for 100 followers and for affiliate here on Twitch. This is, like a month and a half ago is when I kind of started on Twitch for the Cure Cancer Australia charity event, and I never thought at all that I would be on Twitch where I am right now, where I can actually get advertisements on the stuff that I'm making, and I have a really a great community and stuff like that, and I have some really great friends that I met because of this, and it's really awesome. It's really awesome. I still don't know exactly what to say, except thank you for being here and sticking around and putting up with me and my shit and enjoying my streams and when I'm on and stuff like that. It's still not sitting in my head at all yet, what's going on. So, but anyways, I don't want to ruin the mood. I had promised that I was going to get back to more fanfiction readings, and you guys delivered. You wanted it. So let me introduce you to the Wheezer Chronicle, written by Laura Gray in 2008. So thank you, Laura Gray, for writing this piece. This is going to be so fucking stupid. This is going to be so stupid. I thought my Immortal was bad. This is going to be stupid. This is going to be so stupid. I hope you guys are ready. I hope your butts are ready. You guys wanted this. Chapter 1. Where things begin. It was just like any other day for Carl as he was walking home from school with Jimmy. So, Carl began. How is everything, Jimmy? Everything good at home? I know everything's okay at school, so... I can't do a Jimmy... What the fuck does Jimmy Neutron sound like again? Oh, Carl. Everything's good at home and everywhere else, but there's this stupid time machine theory. Leonard from the Science Club says that it can't be done, but I'll show him who can build a portable time booth, said Jimmy. Then he just ran off to his lab, probably to gawk at Cindy's yearbook signature in private, Carl thought. He went inside his best friend's house to wait for him in the kitchen. There, he found Mrs. Neutron baking pies like always. Carl smiled. He had always had a monster crush on Judy. Mrs. Neutron. Judy. For what seemed like ages. Now that he was full into his teen years. 19. Right? We agreed on 19? 19. He realized that he didn't only just have a crush on her, but he was in love.
Hi, Mrs. Neutron.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Wow, that smells great, as usual.
He exaggerated, sniffing the air, and she laughed. That boy had always been very complimentary to her. It was nice knowing that she was appreciated by someone, and he had grown up to be such a handsome young man. Oh, so handsome. A bit taller than her, freckles all cleared up, all that baby fat turned into lean, muscular.
Where's Mr. Neutron?
Carl said, snapping her back to reality.
He's away on a business trip all month. I'm sending him my pies because he doesn't like the ones from the hotel he's at. So how are you?
She said, biting her lip at the thought of him pouncing on her. What the fuck? Part of her mind scolded her for even thinking such things. The other part was hoping for a small escape from being the proper housewife.
Oh, is he now? That's too bad,
he said, as he sauntered over to the domestic yet wild cougar. It was occurring to him that this may be his only chance to have the one woman he desired in the whole world. He was getting so close to her. It was getting unbearable to be so close to her and not doing anything. He set his glasses down on the corner next to her hand, still getting nearer and nearer to her. This dude is like inside her already. Holy shit. She felt his heat and something else. Lust, maybe? Rolling off him in waves, he blushed a bright red. That wild part of her mind was hoping he'd do what she thought he was going to do. To taste your pies, right? That's what he's gonna do. Here's hoping. He was about to seize the moment when Jimmy came in the back door.
Hey, Mom! I need some aluminum plating for the timer mechanism. What are you doing? Hey, Carl, I thought you went home already.
A much shaken Mrs. Neutron tried to steady herself against the counter, only for her hand to find the still 350-degree pie filling.
Ah, Jesus, ow! God, Mom, are you okay? That's a nasty burn. I think I have something for that. I'll go get it. No!
Claimed Carl.
I bet I have something with me now. Here's the burn ointment.
He carries burn ointment with him. That's a very Carl Wheezer thing to do. Also, get Wheezered, everybody. Get fucking Wheezered.
Thanks for helping me out, man,
Jimmy said.
Say, Carl, why did you have that in the first place?
A little puzzled at his friend's almost Boy Scout preparedness, though he could have guessed.
Well, my mom makes me carry it around as a just-in-case kind of thing,
said the spectacle sporting friend. So he put his glasses back on? I guess. He knew it. It was either that or one of those I don't have a problem excuses. All right, Mom. It's great that you're okay and all, but I have to get back to the Time Jump 2000. Awesome name or what? Ha! Bye, Bob. See you later, Carl. You're just leaving this dude with your mom? All right. And before anyone had time to say anything else, he was long gone. For a while, there was silence. Mrs. Neutron was sitting at the table, staring at her bandages. Well, she thought it was nice to dream, just not to act. That would make her feel so guilty, cheating on her husband with someone so young, Jimmy's friend even. It just felt wrong. It made her feel that much more miserable that they didn't even do anything. She would just have to get over these feelings. Somehow that didn't seem possible.
Well, I should probably get home,
said Carl, lilting his voice like this statement was a question. This snapped her out of her reproachful musings.
Oh yes, you do that. Have a nice day, young man.
She smiled. To her surprise, his face fell in disappointment.
Goodbye, Judy.
That last part he whispered under his breath as he shuffled out the door. One day, he thought with a sigh. End of Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Where things heat up. 1 month later. Oh, fuck. Okay. Judy couldn't believe she had lasted so long against such a formidable temptation. Mostly, she thanked the distractions she thanked the distractions that would come along and snap her back to reality. The reality that he was young enough to be her son. Yeah, because he's as old as your son. Anyways. That he was her son's best friend. She felt 2 arms wrapped around her waist. Suddenly. Her waist. She stopped herself immediately before she said that name that would give her away. Hey, sugar booger, said a familiar male voice. She turned around to find that it was her husband, Hugh. He had finally come back. She gave him the biggest hug she had ever given in their marriage. Shit. Whoa, easy there with that knife in your hand, Hugh said. Were you making pot pie? My favorite. I'll tell Jim Jam. He must be in that labby thing he has there. See ya. Knife? Judy thought. How had he known about the pot pie? Oh, the ingredients were all lined up, except for the chicken. Are you on drugs or something? Like you were in the middle of making pie, just fantasizing about Carl fucking Wheezer. And you pulled all the ingredients out. Did you think he... Okay, whatever. Judy went after her husband to ask for chicken money. Then, suddenly, he was right in front of her, leaning with his dead weight. She felt something warm spreading over her right arm, to her waist. What was it? She shoved Hugh off her to see what the warmth was. What is he doing? He went to go tell Jimmy about the lab, and then... Okay. Carl decided to try once more at what had become his mission in life. To touch the lips of Mrs. Neutron. He walked up to the front door and knocked 3 times.
Mrs. Neutron. Mrs. Neutron. Mrs. Neutron.
Fuck, that's such a stupid... Oh, fuck. No, that's okay. Okay. Anyways.
This may be the day,
he whispered. It was the very phrase he had uttered to himself every day he came over. Then this probably isn't the day. If you whispered it to yourself every day. Only this time, he actually believed it. Yeah, this time. He reached for the knob and found that the door was open. Oh, Judy! He stopped when he saw this small spectacle. Judy, knife in hand, and a bleeding Mr. Neutron on the floor. What the fuck? No.
It's not what it looks like,
Judy started to say. Carl raised his hand, signaling for her to be quiet. A few moments later, he said to get Mr. Neutron's feet. They took him through the back door and lay him in the yard.
Ah, where's your shovel?
Carl asked. Oh no, she killed Hugh. No.
I can never thank you enough for this,
Judy said. They were both inside the kitchen, with Carl leaning against the oven, with his hands behind his head, looking quite statuesque, she notices. And Judy preparing the pot pie with leftover pork. Yeah, because she has no chicken money. She went to ask Hugh for chicken money, and he turned around and she stabbed him. Jesus Christ. She had to keep up the charade for when Jimmy came in expecting dinner. She figured that there was always food. The boy would suspect nothing.
Always a pressure, love,
Carl said, closing his eyes. She put the pie in the oven, lowering the temperature.
Say, you are covered in blood,
Carl told her.
Don't you think that would be a little, suspicious?
He pointed in a half-growl, half-croon voice. Judy looked down at herself, seeing for the first time the dried blood on her arm and the dried blood on her dress. She clicked her tongue and headed for the room. Once there, she made quick work of her dress and looked in her closet for another one. While browsing, she heard the door close and footsteps headed in her direction. She pretended not to hear them and continued to look. Then there was a sound like rustling of clothes and the soft thud as they hit the floor. Seconds later, an arm wrapped around her waist.
You know,
Carl began.
Your slip has blood on it too. As to your underwear.
He slid his hand below her waist and started to pull her slip and panties off. Now I gotta know what the fuck that is. Hold on. Worn beneath a dress or skirt, a full slip hangs from the shoulders, usually by means of narrow straps. Oh. Okay. Okay. I see. I got you. I understand. I got you. He felt her take in a ragged breath and then left to lock the door. When he returned, there she was, on the bed, lying on her side and drawing circles in the comforter. He walked over to the edge and knelt by it. He bit his lip, trying to ease the blush at his cheeks.
I started it,
he thought.
And I should finish it. After all this time.
He reached over to her back to undo her bra, but found it was already undone. He pulled it off and gazed at her. End of chapter 2. I hope I can read chapter 3. Oh no, I might have to make this like exclusive or something. Okay, well we'll find out. We'll find out together. This is fine. Chapter 3. SMUT spells love. No. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. No. Okay. I figured a way I can thank you for this, Judy said quietly. Carl's eyes went wide as she leaned over and kissed him. He cursed his boxers for becoming a sudden prison. She twined her fingers in his hair like he'd always dreamed she would. Why don't you come up here and join me? She asked. Slowly, he got up from his position. Was he like kneeling on the floor? And she was just like hanging off the bed? Anyways, whatever. Slowly, he got up from his position and sat on the bed, unsure of what to do. He stroked her from her thigh to her waist and back again. She closed her eyes and sighed. Then she sat up and pushed him back on the bed. Uh-oh. She ran her hands down his chest, over his abs, and gently pulled his boxers down to his knees. Okay. When she saw Carl's partially member, she almost lost her mind. Judy smiled and licked her lips, then placed a small kiss on his croissant. Then she proceeded to run her tongue down that part of him. He gasped and his hips buckled once. She, seeing that he was enjoying himself, took him in completely. This made him go from partially to fully in no time flat. Okay. I can't read that in a seductive voice, I don't think. He grunted when she started bobbing her head every few moments before he was about to reach his peak. she would stop and kiss a circle around his most intimate part and lick a ring around his
Croissant.
something Hugh liked very much, and she decided Carl would too.
I'm gonna.
She got up from where she was, straddled him and kept him steady, then guided him into her. Oh, Christ. Carl lost all thought for a few seconds. I don't know if I can read this anymore. Oh, God. Oh, God. At that very instant, instinct took over, and he threw her on the bed. Her wildly. Once he regained control, he remembered just who he was f***ing. And he slowed down. He began to rub her bud slowly and gently picked up speed. Oh, okay. Rubbing in time with fists. He bent down near her chest and whispered,
I love you, Judy.
She was so lost in her own pleasure that she couldn't distinguish his words. He plunged into her once more, deeper than before, and feeling his fill her. Gross. Don't say it like that. She as well. He blacked out seeing llamas. Oh, fucking hell. I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this. Holy fuck. So what was it you said the night before she asked?
Oh, nothing, love.
Carl replied, smiling. Uh-huh, sure you didn't.
Fine. I said I love you, Judy.
He kissed the top of her head. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't love you, but I sure am grateful. Carl smiled. Why?
It's a start.
Can we do this again? He thought about it for a while. Well,
all you need to do is call me.
The end. The end. The end. Sorry this one wasn't nearly as long as my Immortal. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for joining me. Please, if you haven't, feel free to follow me on Twitch. Feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to follow all of my friends who helped me get to this point. I'm going to put their names here on Twitch as well. And I will see you next time. I hope you hated this as much as I did. Take care.